It's the Week 5 Waiver Wire. It's your boy Herms, and it's another edition of the Lateral Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Lateral Show. Fasten your seatbelts, because here we go.
Ladies and germs, welcome back to another edition of the Lateral Show, a sideways look at fantasy football here on the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube channel. If you do not subscribe already, there's a button that says subscribe. If you do that, boom, an alert every time a new video drops from us here. Also, while you're at it, hit the like button. That'd be pretty cool. My name is Herms. You can follow me on Twitter at HermsNFL, and I'm the author of the Waiver Wire article every week at FantasySixPack.net. This week, it's week 5, so the week 5 waiver wire. But I'm only going to preview what I have written in my article. Plus, not everything is free. You have to get behind the paywall for some of this information. And I got to be honest, there are a few of these guys that I've talked about already at this point in the season. So, FantasySixPack.net/plans. That's how you can get behind that paywall. Give some money for the rest of my waiver article every single week. DFS tools, award-winning rankings, access to the Discord community. That is a win-win-win-win. That's 4 wins. Probably some more wins to come your way if you just sign up for one of these plans. But that's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. We start the preview of the Week 5 waiver wire this week by talking about something near and dear to my heart, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whoo, boy, did you see George Pickens on Sunday? He was the first Steelers receiver all year to go over 100 yards in a game. So, dude, it was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time, not only for Pickens, but also for the Steelers to make a change at quarterback. As soon as Kenny Pickett came into the game, 5 of his 13 throws went in the direction of George Pickens, the supremely talented rookie out of Georgia that anybody who covers the team all summer in training camp was saying, this guy's a star. So in keeping with the theme of rookie wide receivers this year, Garrett Wilson off the waiver wire, Jahan Dotson off the waiver wire. Let's add George Pickens to that list. Let's add him. He's the guy that I'm targeting if you're looking for fantasy help. Number 1 on my list, absolutely. Now, if you're looking for some help at the running back position, I got a handful of more rookies to talk about. I guess that's going to be a recurring theme of this episode. Woo-hoo. We start with Tyler Algier of the Atlanta Falcons because, unfortunately, Cordarrelle Patterson had a little bit of a knee procedure done. They put him on IR. He's going to be out for at least 4 games. There are some other running backs that I'm excited to talk about in this episode, but none of them are necessarily guaranteed the type of opportunity that Algier is. We know the guy ahead of him is definitively just out, just not going to play for a while. And frankly, Algier, his usage has been ramping up over the last few weeks. And even though teammate Caleb Huntley did find the end zone out of the backfield in Sunday's game against the Browns, Algier looked the best. So that's a guy that I am definitely putting as my number 1 running back target on the waiver wire this week if you're looking for immediate help. But the thing that I think you really should do if you're just looking to play the long game, and I've been saying this for a while, if you have an IR spot, you should have had this guy stashed the entire time. But Brian Robinson Jr. of the Washington Commanders is coming back. They're activating him off of the NFI list, the non-football injury list, for those of you who don't know what that is. And Antonio Gibson has not really done a lot to protect his job security because after the big week 1 performance against Jacksonville, I think it was 7 catches and whatnot, Gibson had himself a day. His usage has been going down and down and down and down and down. And now Robinson's coming back. Beat reporters were saying all summer long how much the team loved Brian Robinson. There's going to be a role for him as soon as he comes back, and it looks like that time is now. There's no guarantee exactly how good he'll be immediately, but like I said, if you're looking for, the long play versus immediate help, I gave you 2 pretty good options there. Kind of right up there, up the middle between the 2. Rachaad White of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I don't see the Buccaneers having another game this year where the running backs combined for a total of 3 rushing yards like they did on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. But we do know that Tom Brady likes to check down to his running backs in the passing game. They did that at the 4th highest mark of any team in the NFL in 2021, and the trend continued thus far in 2022. I talked about this at some points behind the paywall in, I think, the week 2 waiver stashes. I had a chance to talk to Rachaad White as part of the Hayden Hurst mental health podathon over the summer. He's a great guy. He is. So I know that doesn't really help a whole lot, but I just think, anecdotally speaking, that's pretty cool. But bringing it back to actually, helping you with some information and whatnot. Like I said, the Buccaneers check down to the running backs all the time. And if you look at White's production at Arizona State in college, he was utilized heavily as a receiver. He profiles much better in that component of the game than Leonard Fournette. Even if something doesn't happen to Leonard Fournette that takes him off the field, it seems that there is at least a distinct possibility that the two of these players can work in tandem. So that's something you can also consider. But if you're looking for some other help elsewhere, like maybe the quarterback position, Kenny Pickett, we're going to start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to end with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I said in last week's episode of the Lateral Show, I didn't think Mitchell Trubisky was going to survive the month of October as the starting quarterback. I didn't think that I'd be correct within 2 days, but hey, here we are. I know it's a really difficult stretch of games coming up for the Steelers. It's not going to be super friendly for a rookie quarterback, let alone a veteran quarterback. I think the Dolphins, the Eagles, just to name a couple, coming up within the next month. And then the schedule does soften up a little bit after the week 9 bye week. If you're playing in a super flex league and you're just looking to have some help now, I think you could do a lot worse. But especially if you really don't need the help right now, but you just want to stash and see what happens later, I think Pickett's going to be really good. I really do. His preseason performance definitely indicated that he can function and run this offense properly in its stripped down dink and dunk version of itself. As he demonstrated on Sunday, all 13 of his throws made it into somebody's hands. Okay. Now 3 of those were interceptions, but hey, look, somebody caught the ball. B, the first 2 were just off of the hands of his receivers he was throwing to, kind of errant. And then C, the last one's a Hail Mary. I mean, what do you want the guy to do? I mean, you not chuck it and try and go for the win. That's what happens. All in all, I thought he looked really good. So that's what I'm most excited about as far as anything that I can talk about in this video, because there are some other really great players that I talk about behind the paywall, but you have to go to fantasysixpack.net/plans if you want to see everything else I have to talk about in this week's column. So until next time, best of luck on your waiver wire. My name is Herms, and this is the Lateral Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Lateral Show. Fasten your seatbelts, because here we go.